caused lots of anger and frustration ever since the province made the decision to build homes in the Greenbelt.
No one had preferential treatment. What we're doing is trying to build the 50,000 homes for people that need it.
Premier Doug Ford's press conference was about a different announcement, but what stole the spotlight was the damning Auditor General's report.
The Premier and I and our government have completely acknowledged the fact that we moved too fast and there were severe flaws in the process. So we recognize that to be the case. We acknowledge in the Auditor General's report it talks about changing the process around how we accept information. We're going to continue to work with the Auditor General.
But despite the report, what Ford kept on repeating was affordability and the need to build more homes. He didn't back down.
It comes down to supply and demand. We need more homes to fill the requirements of over 500,000 people that are coming here each and every year.
The Integrity Commissioner of Ontario is reviewing a request from Ford to look into Housing Minister Steve Clark's Chief of Staff, Ryan Amato. The Auditor General found that developers who had access to Amato at a housing conference dinner last September wound up with 92% of the land that was removed from the Greenbelt. But when Ford and Clark were asked about it today,
we're going to follow the recommendations. One of the recommendations were to have the Integrity Commissioner look into it. I know he's in the process of been doing that for the last month or probably more than a month, and we'll take his recommendations. So let's see where we go after the Integrity Commissioner's report comes out.
Last year, the Ford government opened up 7,400 acres of the Greenbelt to development, while adding about 9,400 acres elsewhere as part of its bid to build 1.5 million homes. At the time, a Housing Affordability Task Force report said land was not needed to meet housing construction targets.
That was 19 months ago. 19 months ago, they said that. Since 19 months, all of a sudden, more than 500,000, probably 800,000 people have arrived in 19 months that we didn't expect.
They made the decision before the federal government came out with revised immigration statistics. We could house all the people that are projected to come to this region by 2051 in about 20% of the land that's been allocated for development. So there is no reason for these Greenbelt lands to be used.
But others support the decision to expand into the Greenbelt, saying it's needed to keep up with population growth.
So the trade-off in Ontario right now is that either we compromise and accept to develop the least environmentally sensitive portions of the Greenbelt, or young people will move out of the province and our economy will suffocate. I see a lot of my students not seeing any future for themselves in Ontario. You're looking at lower cost jurisdictions like Alberta, other Canadian provinces, the United States.
Many of the questions about Clark's Chief of Staff were deflected. For now, we're just going to have to wait for the report from the Integrity Commissioner.